guys, how's it going? It's Miyoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? This kind of, was it always looking like this? Like my screen looks a little bit different for some reason. I don't know. I hope it's okay. It looks cool. Anyway, let me make a post. I wrote it already. Post. Yep. Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, an account with over 100,000 followers that claim to be a Japanese nationalist living in Japan, is an account created in and located in Europe. Just a random post that I just saw while tweeting. Making a post. Ta-da! Yes! Who's surprised? Nobody is surprised. He said it himself though, but he's pretending to be Japanese still, so cool. Got a knowledge? Yay! Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Hey Yoko, hello. Thanks for coming. So, this week, like this past week, what I did was that, I need to get that. ハズバンドさん、週刊誌が手元にないです。持ってきてほしいにゃ。立つの大変だからにゃ。So Tuesday in Japanese time, Tuesday we went on this online program run by, actually I think it's like TV Asahi type of program, but it's a huge political show. Thank you. Broadcasted every day, like weekdays, and it's called Abema Prime. And my husband and I, we got to be interviewed. Like we didn't go live, like because we were no longer in Tokyo because we had to come back. And I have a Facebook, by the way. I don't think you guys are on Facebook anymore, but especially after 2016 campaign of Trump, because they were not positive about Trump. Anyway, ta-da! This is my post. We got on Abema Prime, because we were banned from entering Russia. We are added to the list of banning Japanese people from entering Russia because we want to divide Russia. Right? And Russia doesn't like it. Like, oh, this married couple is evil, right? For them. So that's why. And then, so this is like, I made a post like, oh, I'm gonna be on that show, and we got on that show, so that was cool, right? And then it's kind of cool. Like, I have always followed this young man, he's a son of famous actors and so on, and but he made a funny comment, so that was cool. So I wish I could have been in, could have been in the studio, but yeah. And then they have this list of, this is a famous expert regarding a Chechen and that sort of area, Russia related issues, but this is the 30 people that got banned by Russia this time, and media people, scholars and so on. And me and my husband, we are listed in the organization, and then what do you call it, bureaucrat, individual, and then just a corporation guy. We are the chosen one to be banned. Yes. And then regarding that, this was Tuesday. They aired a little clip of when they interviewed us on the same day. And then here, I have the weekly magazine Shukan Shincho. It's scary, like weekly magazines like this, which you could get at konbini and stuff, like it's nationwide. Everybody knows Shukan Shincho and Bunshun are two major, like very famous, popular magazines, And this issue, November 27th, right? If you open it, you see Shinjiro Koizumi, and bam, me and my husband. Like, they talk about ministers, and they're talking about us. Cool, right? This is the title. Japanese couple. Why added to the list of like the entering Russia ban. So it starts from here, and it's the whole. This is the article about us, and it's cool because like they made a picture using our picture, and in the background is the list, so it looks cool. But anyway, yeah. And then later in the week, was it a few days ago? Through like, I've never met him, but I know of this man in, I believe in Kyoto, Oliver Gia, and he was talking to Austin Peterson, I believe is his name, on X, like in a public post, and Austin wanted to talk to Japanese people for his show called Wake Up America Show. And I'm not too familiar with the backgrounds of the show, but people were watching on Rumble and so on, even on X, and I got on that show. So this is my Facebook report. Yeah, Yoko Ishii. So I got to speak. So that has been my week. So yeah, and I knew of Abema Prime, like we were gonna be interviewed by them and be on their show. But I didn't tell you guys before because that's what professionals do. Anyway, yeah, I just see your name on the band list. Crazy. Thank you. Is there a clip of it online? The Abema Prime is actually available on YouTube, by the way. Let's see. Abema. So it's like Abe, like ABEMA Prime. Let's see. Abema Prime. And it should be here, right? Yeah. 3 days ago, like if you scroll down to 3 days ago, this is a thumbnail. And you will see me and my husband at the beginning, like about 1 minute in or so. Abema Prime. So if you understand Japanese, I recommend subscribing to their channel. They usually broadcast through their application and so on. Okay. Ahoy, beautiful people. Ahoy. Facebook is still popular for Gen X. Gen X? Like among young people? As for Japan, it's the senior people. It's like, Japanese people who are young or to my generation or so, we are not really on Facebook, and it's the elderly people who are very active on Facebook. So young people usually go on TikTok and Instagram, right? But my generation is a mixture. Like we are kind of on Facebook. We are on X mostly. X and Instagram, I guess. And some stupid people go to TikTok. But yeah. Anyway. Japan has been a big topic on Twitter this week. Yeah. China. mutual I don't actually know the translation. Like mutually, no, strategic, mutual something, benefits or something. I don't know. Like we have this, no, I should know this term because Abe started to say this, I think. 戦略的互恵関係でしょせせ戦略的互恵関係英語 mutually beneficial relationship based on 長えな mutually beneficial relationship based on common strategic interests. What a long name. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is just explaining in English, so I wish I could have, I could tell you, but it's a, like we want to be productive with, well, we want to have a productive relationship with China, and Abe was like that, and Takaichi showed that stance when she met Xi Jinping recently, when they had a summit, right? But then their diplomat in Osaka, he was like, oh, Takaichi, I can't believe. Basically, what he meant was that, China doesn't want to hear that Japan would team up with Taiwan and the US when China tries their like militaristic action against Taiwan to take Taiwan. So then the diplomat said that he wants to take Takaichi's filthy head, like cut her filthy neck, to translate it darkly. Yes, so it's been a problem since then, and China is trying to hide that post basically. Like with Japan's request, they took it down, but at the same time, they want to hide it. They want to blame everything bad to Japan, and they don't want Japan to be there in the picture when they try to take Taiwan, but the problem is that though, like Takaichi is not saying anything like a provocative, because what she was doing in the diet in the parliament was that she was basically answering the questions like, oh, what kind of scenario would Japan go into, would Japan declare the situation as the existential threat, like survival threatening situation for Japan. And so basically Takaichi was explaining the legal framework, like, oh, in this situation it will be like this and that, right? And one of them is a scenario is that if China attacks Taiwan, and then America comes in to help them, and then when America tries to do something there to solve the problem, like the blockade of Taiwan Strait, then and then America, for example, let's say America got hit by China, then that might, like, there's a potential that Japan that could be the existential threat, survival threatening situation for Japan, and that's our law, that's our system. So she was explaining stuff like that, like what we already have, what we have had, and then China is offended. They're like, oh, retract that remark. Like, I would understand if they want us to change the laws or something, but it's been that case. And we're like, what are you talking about? And then they are like, oh, Japan is this and that, and they keep spreading all this negative campaign against Japan. But because we are fighting, right? And then China started to basically start this negative campaign against Japan, trying to create the picture like based on what Takaichi didn't say. They just always do that. Like they're good at China is actually good at propaganda. I have to say that because I wish my country was like that. But they spread like misleading information, false information, negative campaign, and so on. And also they are diplomatically attacking us as well. Even like not only the post, they took it down, but then they just created this narrative, that oh, Japan is trying to attack China, or Japan is dangerous, that sort of things. And then on the top of that, as I might have told you before, that they are trying to cancel the tourism, like tourists from China, and they are banning the imports of Japanese sea products, right? And then because they are banning our sea products, imports of sea products, which they actually began after a while, like, I mean, it's been a little while. Like they had banned it because they were complaining, like, again, they were trying to degrade or like spread, like bring down the reputation of Japan through Fukushima disaster. And they still say like umaos, that they come to my X feed as well. They are trying to say like even after the intervention of IAEA and so on, the international professional experts are saying it's safe. The treated water from the Fukushima nuclear power plant, treated water coming from the power plant is safe now, because it's treated, not contaminated. Like China says, it's like scientifically, it's like on the nature level, and we are releasing, and China is complaining. They ban the imports of Japanese sea products. I'm fine with that. Like, we don't want Chinese people to take up our seafoods, And in the meantime, they banned that. They were illegally coming into our zone, EEZ. And then they're saying like, oh, we got it, so it's ours, and so on. Like, be honest, if you want to have sea products. Anyway, they banned it again. So Taiwan, it says, Taiwan lifted, Taiwan were cautious as well. But they lifted, like Zenpai, they lifted all the regulations for Japan's sea products. And so now they are, even their president, William Lai, he's eating sushi and so on. So that's all good, right? So it's like a common enemy, China. Oh, and even the U.S. ambassador to Japan, George Glass, he is so good. I wish I could meet him in person. But he's been, like, he was such a great help, when Takaichi and Trump met for the first time. I hear that he stood in between and did all the they had to adjust the schedule because our prime minister had just changed from the original plan. So he was working hard. And as for China, he's been, Ambassador George Glass has been really active, and he's been contributing, and you should be proud of him. He's really great. And I hear good things about him in the Japanese conservative community. So, yeah. Cooking time? I miss the cooktop sound for gas stove. I hope you can get more media hits from the Russian ban. Yeah, I mean, we are getting famous through the Russian ban. Like, it's I'm really, actually, we are very thankful because, we met the, like, experts in Tokyo recently, and regarding Ukraine and so on, and the professor level people were introducing us in a big meeting, saying that, oh, this couple was just banned from Russia, and all the like experts, and there was a Ukrainian delegation too with their parliament members and NGO and so on, like all together. There were several people there, and they're like, you know, and it means a lot when we are introduced by somebody high level, and also like it's about our band. We are the chosen one by Russia. So yeah, your English is pretty good. Thank you. I'm trying. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving there? Oh, I don't think so. But recently, I mean, I don't know how many years, but it's becoming a thing to have sales like black. Is it Black Friday? Is it? It was actually on the newspaper, I think. Let me check. It's どっかで見た. I saw it. Yeah, Black Friday. Ooh, Black Friday. Ooh, Black Friday. Okay. Black Friday. Continued high prices and strengthening like special sales. And you see the picture. I think yesterday we went to a nearby mall, and they had a character, and there was the announcement going on repeatedly with the recorded audio, and it was introducing the character himself as Black Panda. And my husband was like, that's just a bear. Because panda is black and white, right? The face. But then the character was like, I'm a black panda. And it's just a bear because it's black. It looks like a bear. And it's kind of wrong, it's like by social standard today, I feel, because we are having this bear issue in Japan, in the east side of Japan. They are having, it's like in countryside, there are a lot of bears killing people or stealing the crops of the farmers and so on. So yeah, and so I feel like it's kind of wrong, but then anyway, yeah, we have Black Friday, so it has something to do with Thanksgiving, right? I don't know. I wish I had I wish I had such an experience to live in the U.S. I've never lived in the U.S., so when it comes to cultural things, I don't actually know well. And it's hard to remember because you don't live in the country, if you know what I mean. And then, do you know the old meme? And then there was an Asian character going. I think she's supposed to be Chinese, but like and then. Just reminded me of that. You and your husband made the news and you're on TV. That's funny. Yes. Are you guys gonna have turkey? Is that a thing? Yeah. What? What? I can't even read it right now because I'm so surprised. My red super chat and my face is turning red. Oh my gosh, what if my face reacts accordingly to the color I receive? Thank you so much. I'm crying. Well, happy Thanksgiving anyway. I'm thankful for your YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Can you see my tears? I'm crying. Thank you so much always for your support. Yes, patriotic gestalt. Always, thank you. You really, your support is amazing, It's every time you are saving me. Thank you. You guys should thank him too, because people like him really gives me give me the motivation to go on. I need to live, so I need to make a living. So thank you so much. Now I want to eat turkey. Because I feel like that's the way to go. Thank you so much. My husband was like, he's sitting there and he's like, whoa. It's so weird because he doesn't really speak English, but like his reaction is like, wow. He said, wow. Thank you. Okay. It's let's catch some breath. You're the chosen one. Is that a reference to Star Wars Revenge of the Sith? Was there a quote like that? I don't know. Like, I think it's a really common phrase though. But I'll ask my husband because he is such a fan of Star Wars. Like the whole series, he's seen many, many times. And I was forced to watch it with him one day. And yeah. なんか You were the chosen one みたいなスター・ウォーズのあるフレーズ選ばれし者みたいな He doesn't remember. He fails as a fan. No. Japan has been doing Black Friday for years. Yeah, it's becoming common. But I think because I'm old, I've been alive for 4 decades. So when I was little, like I had never heard of Black Friday. And yeah, it's only, I don't know, like, it's less than a decade, I think. My husband is saying no a decade. Yeah, Halloween is finally like a decade or so. But Halloween for little kids, Japanese people are doing that too. But now it's the sales and all these commercial things. It's pretty recent. But yeah, anyway, the reason why though the Black Friday is written here is because we are having inflation. Our prices are up, our payment, like we don't get paid though, like it's not catching up. So it's like, yeah, prices up. So that's why all these big malls and discount stores and so on, they are doing this type of sales to sell well, right? But what's interesting is that due to the high prices, customers tend to be like focused on the special sales day, that they don't usually come to the stores, but they go to the special days. But Japanese grocery stores usually have like a special day a month though, like they have their own date. I should say day, like every fifth or every 25th or something like that. So so just like that though, I think they're having a Black Friday thing. Yes. Are American foreigners acting crazy in Japan? I've seen YouTube videos and I was distraught with that. Americans, we are concerned about Chinese tourists rather. Like generally, like it's not really specific usually that this country is this and that. Like usually it doesn't happen. Japan is such an island country that it's us and the others, if you know what I mean. It's like Japanese people on these islands and the rest of the world, right? So that's the recognition. So somebody was actually reading into it. Like I briefly saw this random guy on X today reading into the thing like, oh, this news report didn't go into the ranking of like foreigners from which country are committing the most crimes and so on. Like, you know what I mean? Because But to us, and he was reading into it, but like to us, it's like Japanese people and foreigners. Do you get it? It's us and the others. So we don't actually care about the content. But Chinese people, though, stand out in a bad way. And I was, before I started this live stream, I was watching one of Yoshiko Sakurai's video, the latest one, I think. If you speak Japanese, definitely, like, Yoshiko Sakurai is a traditional conservative, like Phyllis Schlafly, right? And I think I showed you before, Genron TV. Genron TV, you see that up here, you see that, right? And then, wow. And then you can see I was watching it. So this latest one, the videos, and she was talking about Chinese tourists because, again, when China started to attack us recently, China started to say that they will stop, sending tourists to Japan. And Miss Sakurai was sharing a story that she was in Takachiho, this place called in Kyushu, Takachiho, and she was communicating with the local people, and when she was there, she heard the news that China is not, they want to cancel the tourists to Japan, right? And then the local people were actually clapping their hands hearing the news because they know that there are good Chinese people too, but there are a lot of Chinese people with misbehavior, like really bad manner, it's like such a cultural difference, and it's hard to have them as guests, and in Japan it's such a famous, like common knowledge that Chinese people tend to leave, for example, hotel rooms and ryokan, like places, hotels and so on, like when they leave, it's like a pig house or something like that. Like, it's like, how do you make it this dirty level of aftermath? So like, it's like Japanese people are pretty hygienic, and we need, like, not all of us, but like culturally we tend to be clean and like put together and so on. So it's such a shock to us, and they just make a mess and don't throw garbage or trash to the cans and so on, and we are fed up with it. And they come in massive, like, big number of people, and they're loud in public and everything. Like, the list goes on, right? Like, again, like, we are not saying that everybody, all people from China are like that, but there are like there are many, and we are fed up with it. So when even Yoshiko Sakurai was sharing the story, and I was seeing on X as well that that's the one. I think I translated that on X, but someone, I don't even know the guy, but someone wrote that, oh, China doesn't get it. Like, in order to threaten Japan, you're not supposed to cancel the tourists, rather say like 1 million Chinese coming to Japan or something like that. That would scare us. So but that is true. Yeah. Clicking is making me hungry. My husband is probably, doing something. 音がガシャガシャ聞こえるからお腹空いてくるってよ。Yeah. Good morning from Finland. Wow, hello, good morning. I bet Finland is so pretty and beautiful. Do you see like aurora? Aurora? I don't know how to pronounce. His son must be hungry. Yeah. He should start an ASMR channel or something. He's so loud. Question, does Japan have cancel culture like the US does, where if an actor or idol supports the wrong thing, they lose work and opportunities? It's hard to say. So background, the premise is that in Japan, after the World War II, we went through the occupation period, and the people who lived through that time, you know, are often like, in order to survive in the society back then, they had to be anti-Japanese, because that's what happens when you lose a war, right? Like, because basically like mentally colonized type of thing. So then they got powerful in our country, right? Like all the patriots are purged from being officials and so on. So all the people that are left are very left leaning, and they went into the bureaucrats and media, education, and so on. So yeah, and then so and in order to be elites or successful in such a society run by those left-leaning people, you know, anti-Japan people, because of the loss of the war, you need to fit their narrative. So the actors and everything who are, you know, like that can make it, like they can be successful in our society. It had been the trend for decades, right? It's only recently, like after Trump became the president for the first time or so, and became besties of Shinzo Abe, that's the start, basically the starting point. Like there are people like me, you know, who were a little earlier than that, because we had democratic party regime, you know, for 3 years in Japanese history, and at that time it was horrible. Even with China, I could go on the history, but some people woke up like red pilled around that time, but then around Trump era, Japanese people started to be kind of right. They're like the people on the right side kind of got like encouraged and motivated, and new people came in. You know, those who were not really familiar with politics. That became like Trump became the, you know, what's the word? きっかけってなんだっけ? I don't remember the word. Became the reason to be interested in politics. And then war in Ukraine happened, right? Russia started their aggression, and then many of us saw that. And Japan was such a peace-loving country after the World War II loss, and it's in our biased society, we were taught that we shouldn't attack first, and that we should be defense oriented, and we were doing that. But then the reality today showed us that, oh, we cannot just defend. In order to defend, we need power, we need to arm ourselves, and we need to be able to export our weapons as well. Which is what in the diet in the parliament, the politicians are discussing that. But yeah, so that's the recent shift in society, if you know what I mean. So cancel culture, there have been always those who are opposing, you know, but like we used to be such a minority. And Fuji TV, for example, I don't exactly know what they were doing, but the people on the right side held up their flag. I mean, like Japan's national flag, and then they protested, and it's a kind of a big deal in our history. It's part of like a cancel culture thing, I think, that to say like, oh, no more Fuji TV kind of thing, and then. Yeah, but boycotts kind of thing doesn't really work in Japan, because the majority of Japanese people are not really interested in politics. Some are, like economic type of people, you know, those who work as businessmen and finance people. They are probably interested in politics, but for their own benefits, if you know what I mean. And like not like me. I'm more about ideology and, you know, like what kind of country our country should be and that sort of things. But people are mostly like practical, and the voting rate is still low. And so even though the community, conservative community and right wing community too, like they are becoming bigger, but it's not that influential. And in our past election, especially House of Councilor election this year, Sanseito, for example, they got many seats, but that's not really because people supported that, but because we had other issues like LDP not having the right leader, and the Democratic Party for the People was doing good, but they failed. So what's left was Sanseito and so on. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for the question and thank you for the super chat. Yoko, what's this? I'm hearing that China thinks Okinawa belongs to China. What nerve they have. Yeah. They're saying that. It's never been China's territory. So same for Taiwan. Their logic is that, oh, this place was like conquered by Japan before, so let us colonize it. That's like, if you simply put it, that's what they're saying. Oh, it was taken by Japan before. Actually, it should belong to us. And that's all what they're saying. And it's so ridiculous. Yeah. And then, but like, and when we started, like, Okinawa is our territory, and whenever we start talking about it, because China pokes it, yeah, and then China says, like, especially when I bring up the issues in Tibet, Uyghur, Southern Mongolia, and even Hong Kong, like those places, even Hong Kong, like Hong Kong was handed over to China by the UK. Oh, then what? Sorry, go away! 声でかいからね、あなたね。Sorry for that. But handed over to China, right? Hong Kong got handed over to China. But it was wrong because there wasn't China, It's so weird when they start talking about stuff like that. And when I as a Japanese patriot, I started to talk about Tibet, Uyghur, Southern Mongolia, and they should be freed because they're not supposed to be Chinese territories. And then they try to make it the same, like they talk about Okinawa, to try to separate us. But it has nothing to do with Tibet, Uyghur, and Southern Mongolia and so on. Like they're colonizing those countries, and they're ignoring the voices of the people. They have slaughtered many people there, and yeah. And Okinawa is a different story. Yep. Sorry, I'm a little distracted by my husband, so my explanation was probably a little off, but yeah. You prefer ham? Pork? But yeah. In the early 2000s, we used to line up to at 10 p.m. Thursday to buy stuff for cheap. Oh, good times though, right? Like now we have all the convenient stores, like I don't mean convenient, but like it's online shops and all the big malls and so on that do sales easily. So I bought a Japanese back hat from Etsy. What? I wish there was a Make Nippon Ichiban again. Cool. Yeah. So someone made that though, if it's Etsy. cancel culture doesn't seem to be a thing, but if you have allegations, they will ban you from TV. Where is African Bobby's son now? His Japanese accent was so funny. I have no idea. Yeah, like if famous people or like it's not celebrity, but like our famous people, if they have some kind of issue, like drug issue or some, female issue or something, then they have to go off the program and so on, because to to serve the public, like even on TV, it's like a public thing, and you give influence to people in the country. So those people are supposed to be like saints, basically. Like you have to be clean, you have to be good, ethically and so on. So when they don't fit the picture, then they lose their job. Northern Lights, that might be it. In English. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Any question? The world needs Mecha Gundam Yokona. Yeah, I have. There's a big Gundam, like the real size Gundam in my prefecture too, though. It's big and it moves, this side, I think. The arm, it moves the arm and a little bit of head. Yes. 部屋が暗いよね。Let's see. I miss a cheap egg days. 100 yen for 10 eggs. I hear that eggs are very expensive in the US. It's crazy. So when the war is over in Ukraine, things will get better. But then Russia would not stop, though. We need to just divide Russia. And for that reason, I get called as a terrorist by Russia, basically. Like the forum that I attend, Free Nations of Post-Russia Forum, it's called. Our organization is declared as a terrorist organization by Russia's Supreme Court. So, let's see. G20 got almost no news since Trump didn't go. Oh, he didn't go? No, what about Takaichi going there? Yeah, I believe she's there now, and that she looks a little tired or something. Because it's in Africa, right? I'm not keeping up with the news. I just saw it a little bit. I opened X and there everybody's talking about the location on X. Some people are using VPN server and so on. Anyway, yeah, I saw did you see Meloni with Takaichi? Girls bonding. So cute. And there was a video too. Oh yeah, this one. Meloni, yay! Super cute. Yeah, so she's there. Our Takaichi is there. And it said that Takaichi took such a long time to pick her outfit because she doesn't want to get looked down on by other leaders. She needs to show, present herself to be able to bring national interest for Japan. And some people are like, she should have wore stuff like this. This is her costume to, cheer for the baseball team Tigers. So yeah. Anyway, super chat. Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Egg prices came down since Trump came in office, but are still expensive in California. Huh, interesting. Regional differences? How is California like a, was it last, no, was it California? California, right? Like they had a, like at the beginning of this year, they had a wildfire. How, like the rich people got affected. Melanie is small. Good point. Takaichi is like my height, or she might be a little bit shorter than me. I don't remember. Like Takaichi is actually not tall, so if Melanie is shorter than that, then she's really sure. That's interesting. Yeah. Hawaii the cheapest, dozen eggs on sale is still $6. $6 is still expensive though. Our eggs are expensive too, but not that much. Melanie makes the funniest facial expressions when she sits next to someone she doesn't like. I know. Or hears something she doesn't like. She's very like expressionary. Uh, it's a like Japanese people have the same reaction to her as well. Like we all love her, but the thing is, for example, I don't know her policies at all. Like I don't know. Like all I know is she looks like a good person. But at least right now, though, I am thankful for Italy because with Italy and the UK, we are developing a fighter jet together. So that's a good project. Isn't it cool that we're making fighter jet together and two of the leaders are actually female? Badass. Aloha, Yoko. Aloha. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Have you heard that UK is planning on building a China super embassy in London? Oh yeah, I've heard of it. But I saw a post of some local, I don't know if he's a politician or former politician, somebody was opposing to that, the mega embassy. Yeah. What has happened to that? Are they still trying to make it? It's like basically like trying to like steal the land, you know, like a little colonization in the UK. Egg prices in Hawaii. Interesting. What else to talk about? Yeah, these weekly magazines are so scary, by the way. Oh, Otani-san. Like, you don't want to get on it, but I got on it in a good way. So, usually, like, the people who buy this is, though, usually are, like, businessmen and, like, older generation men. Men buy. Oh, there. See, they talk about politics, too. Like, you see this Xi Jinping. That's cool. What is like? There's basically what they're trying to say. Like, what there? Like, there's nothing wrong with Takaichi's words in the parliament. You know, like when Chinese. I mean, actually, our opposition lawmaker Okada, he asked the questions to Takaichi, Taiwan-related questions to her, and then all of this went wrong, you know. But it's interesting that they talk about that in weekly magazines too. Very influential, by the way, Shincho. And then you see the screenshots of this is a foreign ministry of China posting on X in Japanese, and we've been making fun of it though. Japanese people, especially on X, are usually nerds. We are nerds. and we make fun of things and make memes and so on. I think that we learned a lot from the US though. Like we've been always kind of nerdy and we have our own culture. We've had our own culture online. But I think that Trump and Trump team, the meme based, what's the word? Like they appeal to the public. That sort of appeal has given us good ideas, I feel. So it's cool. CDP are there to bully and mess with Takaichi. Yeah, they believe probably that just bashing Takaichi would make them look cool, or that would serve their supporters. So yeah. Oh, another thing I need to talk about is the economy. American people probably, I guess you guys would have a hard time understanding, but even Takaichi is supposed to be like, some people call her like right wing, and she's never thought of herself as a right wing. Just so you know, she said that in an interview by Pivot. I saw an interview like right when she was running for the race to become prime minister. But anyway, she is a conservative, just like Shinzo Abe, and she belongs to LDP, so she doesn't go too extreme. In the end, like at the end of the day, Takaichi is an LDP politician. And at the same time, economy measurements, it's like, is it trillion? Wait. Cho and wait for me. Cho and 英語では yeah, trillion. 21 trillion yen. How much would that be in English? I mean, in dollars. Wait. Doru. I can't read that. That's a lot of dollars. Anyway, 21 trillion yen for the economic measure. Prices, growth, defense, 3 pillars. And inside they have, this is Yomiuri Shimbun, by the way, for those who are not familiar, the biggest newspaper in Japan or in the world. What was that term? I looked it up earlier. I need to remember. Like, I'm not familiar with economic terms yet. No. Let's see, not that. Supplementary budget. Supplementary budget size. The biggest after COVID. So Takaichi's economic measurements is the biggest. Let's see. They're kind of cautious because their standard is kind of going loose. Concerns over weakening of fiscal discipline. A supplementary budget largest since COVID-19. So, yeah, she wants to do a lot of things, And so, like, if you look at Takaichi and her economic policy through American conservative lens, then she probably is not conservative. So that's why, whenever I look I mean, when I see like, oh, Takaichi right wing and blah blah blah, I'm like, in what definition, her historical recognition or ideology, then I kind of understand. But politics has a lot of different aspects, right? And so my American conservative friend in Tokyo, actually, he's critical of her economic policies. So, like, by conservative standards in America, and I get that, that's the right way to look at it. But our cultural backgrounds are different, our social systems are different, so it's hard to say, But right now, we are going through inflation. So some people, where was that? So Prime Minister Takaichi said that she wants to realize the possibility of sustainability in finance through economic goods, like a positive circulation through the increase of taxation. And if you have questions, let me know. It's hard to tell the story when the premise is different. Like, I don't know what to talk about, to explain. Yeah. But she's, what's the word? Expansionary fiscal policy. Her policies is like a responsible expansionary fiscal policy, I think, if I directly translate that. Let me see if I had a little note to go on Wake Up America show. So I'm just looking back because I could have talked about these. Yeah. Responsible but proactive fiscal policy. So she wants to make Japan that can earn, to expand the economic pie and build sustainable systems. Does that make sense? Because so far in the past, the Japan's discourse has been that we need to decrease our consumption tax, or we need to do this and that. But it's like the base has been the same in the discussions, and Takaichi wants to just invest in risk management and what was that, like infrastructure and all the things. I wish I had a note. The notebook is over there. Yeah, she has a few categories to invest in, and through that she wants to strengthen the Japanese society and basically fix the system, so that Japan can increase the income as a country, and so that she doesn't have to make our people pay if the country can do the business well, just like Trump thinks, I think, in a way. I don't know. I've never compared the two, so I don't know yet. But, if the country, circulates well, then naturally we will have more money and so on. So speaking of which, looking at the numbers, I just remembered what Yoshiko Sakurai was saying, back to the China topic. China is threatening Japan with, canceling the tourism, right? But Yoshiko Sakurai was going into the numbers, and Japan's GDP is of like sightseeing is 600 trillion yen. But then when Chinese tourists come, they have built their own system inside Japan. Like Chinese counterparts are here. So Chinese tourists come in their ships and or their flights and then come to Japan. They stay at China-funded hotels, and then they go to China funded restaurants and that sort of things. Like it's all China funded. So in Japan, so they don't. Those Chinese tourists do not actually drop their money into Japanese society, and then what the number shows is that they're not even 1% of Japan's GDP, right? And even the sightseeing too, it's like five sightseeing industry. It's like 5% of the whole sightseeing industry. So it doesn't really affect us. And so the mystery is that why didn't China just talk about rare earth or something like, oh, we would stop, exporting rare earth. Then that would be critical, but maybe they're playing with the cards that they have diplomatically, but you never know. Cat. There's a cat living like near us. My husband is like a cat. Hi Yoko, hello, thanks for coming. Oh, it's been already over an hour. Wow. Oh, Costco. I wish I could go to Costco. Japanese yen carry trade to us. What do you mean? Can you explain that to me first? What? Carry trade. China, Japan should be friends, no? Or, yeah, please tell China that. China is just such a, like, it's not a China, it's CCP. Chinese Communist Party is just so angry all the time. 24/7, they're like frowning face. Like she never, like, it's rare to hear Xi Jinping speak, basically. He's always like, right? So, like, I'm like, doesn't he know how to smile? And his leadership, of course, under his leadership, the people know how to get angry, but they don't know how to have a positive conversation. And so they're like internet warriors, Umao, who earns a little bit of coins, through their posts. When they come at me, like, they come at me, on X. And I'm like, oh, here they go again, I'm so used to them that I'm like, oh yeah, here they come, right? So every time they come, I'm like, oh, I might be poking them in the right spot, But anyway, they come, and I tried to have a positive, fun conversation with one of them because one guy was using Japanese to talk to me or to reply to me, and I thought it was so cute to go through that process. It was apparent that he was using ChatGPT because because the pictures and like pictures and tables and so on, the data that he shows on the corner at the top right, top left corner, it said ChatGPT. I'm like, that's cute. Like, first of all, like the fact that the Chinese person is translating, writing in Japanese is kind of cute because usually what I get from Chinese trolls or like Umao type of like those propaganda people, they are usually hostile in Chinese language and they don't actually have the time to translate into English or Japanese. But this guy wrote in Japanese, so I'm like, oh, that's cute, that's nice. So I engaged trying to show that, oh, it's actually cute that you're doing it. But now I look back, I guess that it was kind of condescending, like looking down to say that, oh, that's cute, right? Like I didn't mean it like that. I was like, oh, that's cute, And I had a few conversations, but he was so angry. Like, I don't know, man. Like, what? I don't know how much energy they have. Like, so angry. I wish they could be just normal, Anyway, America should hire Japanese companies to build their high-speed rail. Where's the caps? Japan needs resources. Huh? Resources. Australia needs rail. Sounds like an opportunity. Yeah, we have technology. Oh, it's included though that the shipbuilding industry to help America. That's a lot of investment for us too. So that's more piles up on our budget. But that's cool, right? Like there is a big return for us all. Strong America and strong Japan really benefit the world. So, and Japan, like you don't have to, like it's probably not really convincing coming from a Japanese citizen in Japan, but Japan as a country, like you know, you can trust us. You can trust us. Yeah, because we don't like. What should I say? Like we still have like Bushido type of mentality. You know, we don't like distorted people. We like things straight and based on the accumulation of credibility in the past and so on. So yeah, you have fun with Japan. We can have prosperity together. Takaishi needs to get the yen strong, not only help the economy but reduce tourists. True, about tourism, yeah. But what's tricky about economy is that there are those who, business owners, there are those who import and there are others who export. And depending on which side you listen to, like their world is totally different. So right now, for example, I receive super chat from you. Right now, it's cool, But if it's fixed, then right? So I don't know. But I just want it to get balanced out, though. The prices are up in Japan, but our people are not getting paid well. The big companies are doing it well because usually it takes time, like starting from Kishida administration, I think that LDP has played a big role. Like they did well, but it just takes time to soak into the whole country, right now, the big corporations and so on are doing it well, but yeah. And by the way, the CDP, Constitutional Democratic Party for the People, our opposition, biggest opposition, is it biggest now? The lawmaker I just showed you earlier, Okada, though, like they are supported, the leftist party, Constitutional Democratic Party, they are supported by unions like teachers union and labor union, but labor union of like official type of people, who gets taxation money. So it's different from Democratic Party for the People. Democratic Party for the People, they are supported by labor union and they are kind of leftist, but those are like a private companies and so on, not official type of labor union, if you know what I mean. So then what that leads to is that CDP, Constitutional Democratic Party people, their salary is really stable because teachers and officers and so on, they have the set salary, it doesn't change. And it's usually good, And so recently, because of the public, demanding the taxation to go lower, we want to receive money and so on from the government, like subsidies and so on. So recently it's kind of becoming tricky. It's kind of complicated, but regularly, those leftists, like who are supported by officers and so on, they go for big government, and socialists and communists too, I think. Yeah, it's depending on who they are supported by, they have different stances. MTG, what is MTG? Do, 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 do. My husband is telling me that I can't go out today. No! I want to walk. I haven't walked today. I started slow. I need to walk. Guys, if no more super chat, I need to walk outside. You guys are quiet. I mean, it's so late here. Oh, by the way, CPAC is happening soon. I'm excited. Do you know that Japan has CPAC too in Tokyo? So I don't know if you guys will come, but remember to give her. Is he scared that the cat will attack us? 猫に襲われるのが怖いのかって言われた。Oh, the cat is gone now. Yeah. Anyway, I guess my audience right now is sleeping except for a few people. So quiet. Should I go and walk? I guess. Yeah. I talked about everything I should, right? I mean, I haven't talked about the front page though. I will make this my last topic, I think. I'm still here. Hello, I'm still here. Evanescence. Oh, that's left of yesterday. Hello. Anyway. 柏崎刈羽 nuclear power plants. It's gonna restart soon, within this year, soon. So we had a nuclear power plant, Fukushima nuclear power plant accident due to the earthquake. The earthquake did not cause the accident, but the flood from the earthquake, the water actually messed it up. And their backup, what's the AC? Like, not AC, but like their backup energy source was affected as well. So that's why there was the accident. So it's not really about the earthquake, but we've been talking about how nuclear power plants are built on the top of plates, like plates different places, like on the top of that and so on, and how it's dangerous and so on. But then like Japan is surrounded by volcanoes, and we live live between what's called mountains. So it's difficult. You gotta take the risk. Especially to the growth of AI and all the technology that requires a lot of energy sources, and in order to pass the price, and how did they put it? There's another article somewhere. Oh yeah, like the environment, and basically it's stable. Oh yeah, stable, cheap, and also like it's good for environment, right? So it's really good fundamentally. And so after the the accident, my island, for example, in Kyushu, we have a nuclear power plant working, and that's why our electricity fee here is a little bit lower compared to other places. And it's not all are active after, the accident. And this one in Niigata it's run by the same company that is like Toden Holdings. They were responsible. They are responsible for Fukushima, but it's the first one of them, I believe, that they're gonna restart again. So that's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. I need to learn this term. That's a tanso. No, I see that. I need to make like an English notebook to take notes. That's it. So decarbonization, carbon reduction, carbon neutrality, decarbonization, carbon neutrality. Which is the best, I wonder. But yeah, they're gonna do that, right? So carbon neutrality, stability, and low prices. And that's the three keys to have a good electricity. Yeah, so that's good news. And also, like, Japan have how many? We have like almost 60 or so, right? Like nuclear power plants. I don't know. I don't see the number. Yeah, but anyway, we have a lot, and but not all are working, right? And by that, basically, we are discarding, like we are throwing away a lot of money economically. So stupid. It's so stupid. Like millions of yen, in each power plant. We could make it less expensive, and the factories and so on depend on electricity, and all the business places too. They need a lot of electricity, but then we are, because of the stupid political conflicts and so on, and all the leftists complaining for, they are warriors, so they are concerned about all that. Like, they don't want Japan to be strong, so they just drag us down. So we could have a good, like a stable electricity, and based on that, we could have a better living, with less costs and so on. But they keep on complaining, so that's why we are like throwing away our money that we could have had each day. So this is a good move, though, that they are doing it. And I have to thank Kishida, too. Kishida was there to support this type of move, to use our nuclear power plants now. And because we are going through inflation, Japanese people want to cut our cost, in at home and at work. And so now the people here, they are more acceptable for using nuclear power plants and so on. So it's in hard times we learn a lot of things, right? So yeah, that's good. Who will speak at CPAC Japan? Takaichi will not come, but Ishin Executive might, the Innovation Party. But I don't know in person or not, though. I saw the flyer. Let's see. Oh, like, we will not be speaking, by the way. We'll be there, but but they always like let us be there. 出るリチャード・グレネル I don't know if it's gonna be a video message. Anyway, my husband is complaining if no super chat, then I need to end the stream so that I can go out. Okay. Politics in Star Wars are prequels are relatable. Prequels? I don't know that word. Okay. I gotta go. Prequels. Senpen? Relatable. Politics in Star Wars? I'm not sure I catch your question. Oh, super chat, Johnny girl, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna do the same as the character. Thank you. Thank you so much. Made my day. Yeah. You should build SMR instead. SMR or Rich Gunnar is gay, by the way. What? But the director of Kennedy Center. Interesting. I don't know. Somebody will come. Like usually they have a American big figure, and I take a picture together. Anyway, thank you so much. I need to go because my health is important. It's really becoming chilly though outside because it's late. Okay. It's so hard to say goodbye to you, but I need to go. Okay? Let's catch up next week. Next week は何日? Ooh, November is ending next week. It's like the end of November. Time flies. No. Anyway. Thank you, guys. I will go. You are so quiet today. What is your prediction? G20 and lots of good outcomes there. Takaichi's diplomacy. I hope that Takaichi will will be okay. Like her health is something that we are concerned about. So wish her good health. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a nice Thanksgiving, everyone. So true. Those who celebrate Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving! I should have had a turkey hat or something. Sorry, I was being so Japanese. It didn't even cross my mind. Sorry. But happy Thanksgiving! Have a good time with your families and everything. Eat delicious foods for me and send me pictures of your good foods on X. Okay. Good night. Bye bye.